Uzbekistan, the place where the legendary Silk Road once flourished, leaving behind a legacy of ancient cities and timeless traditions. For millennia, this country has been the epicenter of monumental achievements and formidable empires. Today I'll guide you through the heart of a nation often overlooked, yet profoundly beautiful. From the golden splendour of Samarkand's Registan Square to the sacred serenity of Shah-i-Zinda necropolis. Join me and I'll show you the hidden wonders of Uzbekistan, a country that surprises even those who think they know it well. Uzbekistan is one of only 2 double landlocked countries in the world. The other is Liechtenstein, located in Europe. This means both countries are surrounded entirely by landlocked neighbours. So none of the countries around them have direct access to the sea either. Uzbekistan's neighbours include Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan. While this geographical setup might seem isolating, Uzbekistan has not been disconnected. It has played a crucial role in history, especially as a major hub along the Silk Road, where ideas, goods and cultures came together. Uzbekistan is also home to some of the world's oldest cities that are still inhabited today, like Samarkand, which is approximately 2,700 years old. Bukhara, which is around 2,600 years old. And Khiva, which is about 1,500 years old. These cities have been alive with culture, trade, and innovation for centuries. In fact, some remarkable breakthroughs in astronomy happened here. Mathematicians and astronomers worked together to create one of the most accurate star catalogues of their time, helping humanity better understand the stars and the universe. Khiva is known for its well-preserved medieval architecture and its role as a major trading hub along the Silk Road. It also served as a centre for Islamic learning, attracting scholars and students for centuries. It is surrounded by imposing mud brick walls, which enclose the historic district known as Ichan Kala. This compact district serves as an open-air museum, showcasing traditional Central Asian urban design and architecture. The walls, which rise up to 10 metres high, were originally constructed for defence and are punctuated by 4 impressive gates facing each cardinal direction. During its peak, the walled city was a centre of administration, trade and learning, with its madrasas training scholars and its bazaars facilitating commerce. The city is home to over 50 monuments, including mosques, madrasas, mausoleums and palaces, many of which date back to the 18th and 19th centuries. An example is the Juma Mosque, which has a unique interior that is supported by over 200 carved wooden columns, some of them dating back to the 10th century. It also includes residential areas, where homes built from clay bricks reflect the traditional way of life in the region. One of the most iconic structures is the Kalta minor minaret, distinguished by its cylindrical shape and vibrant turquoise and green tilework. Construction of the minaret began in 1851 under the orders of Muhammad Amin Khan, who intended it to be the tallest minaret in Central Asia. However, the project was never completed due to the Khan's death in 1855, leaving the structure standing at a height of 29 metres instead of the planned 70 metres. Samarkand is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Central Asia, with a history spanning over 2,500 years. Over the centuries, it has been influenced by various empires, including the Achaemenids, Alexander the Great's empire, and the Timurid Empire. One of Samarkand's most famous landmarks is the Registan Square, a grand ensemble of 3 grand madrasas with stunning tilework. The name Registan translates to sandy place, reflecting its original function as a public gathering space that was later utilised as an education hub during the Timurid era. The 3 structures each possess a unique name, such as Ulugbek Madrasa, Sherdor Madrasa and Tilyakori Madrasa. As the square's layout reflects the Timurid emphasis on symmetry and grandeur, the 3 madrasas are adorned with blue-tiled domes, mosaics and stalactite-like decorations. The use of light and shadow on the intricate designs even enhances their beauty at different times of the day. Boqiy Shahar, also referred to as the Eternal City, is an ancient site closely associated with the foundation of the city. It represents one of the earliest settlements in the region, with its history dating back to the 7th or 8th century BCE. Located on the Afrasiab Hill, the site is also known for its Afrasiab archaeological site, where excavations have uncovered remnants of Sogdian civilization. Allegedly, its eventual destruction was caused by the Mongols in the 13th century. Shah-i-Zinda is a remarkable necropolis that serves as a sacred pilgrimage site and a masterpiece of Islamic architecture. The complex consists of a series of mausoleums and religious structures, with significant additions made during the Timurid period a few centuries later. The name translates to the living king, which refers to a legend surrounding Qusam ibn Abbas, believed to be a cousin of the Prophet Muhammad and the one to have brought Islam to the region. According to locals, he was martyred here but is said to have entered a well, alive, to protect himself, leading to the title, the Living King. The site is laid out along a narrow pathway, flanked by intricately decorated tombs. These mausoleums are adorned with vivid turquoise, cobalt and azure tiles while featuring floral motifs, geometric patterns and Quranic inscriptions. The Gure Amir Mausoleum serves as an outstanding example of Timurid architecture. Its name translates to Tomb of the King and serves as the final resting place of the founder of the Timurid Empire, Timur, along with members of his family and close advisors. Initially, it was built in 1403 by the ruler as a mausoleum for his grandson and heir apparent, who died unexpectedly, but he was also buried here after his own death in 1405. The mausoleum's most striking feature is the azure dome, ribbed and topped with a golden finial, which rises above the complex. Inside, the chamber houses the tombstones, and the interior is well decorated with gold leaf, lapis lazuli, and painted plasterwork. Built also during Timur's reign was the Bibi Khanim Mosque, which was named after his wife. It was among the largest mosques in the Islamic world at the time, capable of accommodating thousands of worshippers while being a symbol of the Timurid Empire's power. Unfortunately, the mosque suffered damage from earthquakes, and neglect over the centuries, leading to the collapse of parts of the structure. Restoration efforts began in the 20th century and continue today. The city is also home to one of the most significant astronomical facilities of the medieval Islamic world, the Ulugbek observatory. Constructed in the early 15th century under the patronage of a Timurid sultan of the same name, the observatory was a centre for advanced scientific research during its time, due to the sultan's reputation as a renowned astronomer. One of the major achievements associated with the observatory was the creation of a star catalogue that documented the positions of over 1,000 stars, being one of the most accurate astronomical records of its era. The Kyzylkum Desert, meaning red sand, is a vast arid region covering approximately 300,000 square kilometres. It is known for its distinctive reddish sands, sparse greenery, and unique ecosystems adapted to extreme climatic conditions. Historically, the desert was an essential part of trade routes during the era of the Silk Road. Today, settlements in the desert are sparse and typically small, though they have adapted to the harsh desert conditions, relying on limited natural resources and developing specialised ways of life. The city of Bukhara is known for its long history as a major centre of trade, culture, and religion. With origins dating back over 2,500 years, its well-preserved urban layout reflects the traditions of Islamic architecture and urban planning in Central Asia. In the heart of the city is the Boqiy Kalyan complex, one of the most significant architectural ensembles in Central Asia. It features the Kalyan Mosque and the Kalyan Minaret, forming a cohesive representation of Islamic architecture and urban design. The Kalyan Minaret, completed in 1127, is the oldest structure in the complex. Standing at 46 metres tall, it is constructed of baked brick and features intricate geometric patterns. Meanwhile, the Kalyan Mosque is one of the largest mosques in Central Asia, capable of accommodating over 12,000 worshippers, and remains a functioning place of worship today. On the site of an earlier structure, the mosque's defining feature is its massive blue-tiled dome, which is visible from across the city. The Chormana Madrasa is an architectural monument known for its compact and symmetrical design, built in the early 19th century. Its name, meaning 4 minarets, refers to the 4 towers that mark each corner of the structure. Unlike traditional madrasas, it served as an entrance to a larger educational complex, which no longer exists. The building was commissioned by a wealthy Bukharan merchant who wanted the design to display influences from various regions along the Silk Road, evident in the differing details of the 4 minarets. Carpet hand weaving has long since been a significant traditional craft present in Bukhara. The weaving process is entirely manual and begins with the preparation of raw materials such as wool, silk, or a combination of both. Weavers, predominantly women, work on vertical or horizontal looms, as the density of knots per square inch is a key factor in determining the quality of the carpet. Mastery of the craft requires exceptional attention to detail and skill, making Bukhara carpets renowned for their geometric patterns, medallions, repeating motifs, and warm tones like deep reds, blues and golds. The Ark of Bukhara, a massive fortress, was the residence of the city's rulers for centuries. It functioned as a centre of power, housing the royal court, military barracks, and government offices. Unfortunately, the fortress was heavily damaged during the Russian conquest of Bukhara in 1920, when it was bombarded and set ablaze. Today, parts of the Ark have been restored and converted into museums, showcasing artifacts and exhibits related to Bukhara's history and culture. The Ismail Samani Mausoleum is one of the oldest examples of Islamic architecture in Central Asia. It is the final resting place of Ismail Samani and his family, whose reign brought the emergence of the Samanids as a powerful force. The mausoleum was buried under sand for centuries, which helped protect it from invasions and natural decay. Rediscovered in the 20th century, it underwent careful preservation to maintain its original appearance. The Mizdahkan ancient necropolis is an extensive burial complex with origins dating back to the 4th century BCE. Located near the ruins of an ancient settlement, it was in use for over 2 millennia, making it one of the most historically significant and long-standing necropolises in the region. It was initially influenced by Zoroastrianism, evident in early burial practices and the layout of the site. With the advent of Islam in the region, new mausoleums and shrines were added, blending pre-Islamic and Islamic architectural elements. Over time, the necropolis became a sacred site, attracting pilgrims and serving as a spiritual centre for the surrounding communities. The Chimgan Mountains are a prominent mountain range known for their natural beauty, outdoor activities, and historical significance. Part of the western Tian Shan mountain range, they reach elevations of over 3,000 metres. Rivers and streams originating in the mountains feed into nearby reservoirs and irrigation systems, playing a crucial role in the region's water supply. Tashkent is known as a major cultural, economic, and historical centre, with a history spanning over 2,000 years. Its name means the City of Stone, referring to its past as a fortified settlement. Archaeological findings suggest that the area was inhabited as early as the 5th century BCE. Throughout its history, it was ruled by various empires, including the Sogdian and Timurid. The Khazrati Imam Mosque is part of the Kast Imam complex, a historical and spiritual centre in the city. The mosque is relatively modern compared to other elements of the Kast Imam complex, having been constructed in the late 20th century. It is designed in a traditional Islamic style, blending elements inspired by regional architectural traditions. The Tashkent television tower is a defining feature of the city's skyline. At 375 metres, it is the tallest structure in the region and one of the tallest freestanding towers in the world. The lattice-style design provides stability against high winds and seismic activity due to the region's earthquake-prone geography. Lake Urunghach, also known as the Disappearing Lake, is a unique high-altitude water body located within a rugged mountainous region. It is primarily fed by snowmelt from the surrounding mountains and has no permanent surface inflows or outflows. The lake's disappearing nature is attributed to underground channels that drain water during dry periods, leaving the basin partially or completely empty until replenished. This is Uzbekistan, a land of hidden wonders and remarkable architectural marvels. Now, if you don't want to miss the most unreal wonders of Madagascar, check out this video.